This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only.
Sheikh Abdul Sattar Abu Risha was killed this week. What does this mean for his ally, President Bush? How will this impact US strategy in Iraq? And what does it tell us about security in the country? The answer to these questions and more on Link TV's Mosaic Intelligence Report.
When Sheikh Abdul Sattar Abu Risha was killed only hours before President Bush delivered his speech to the nation Thursday evening, some called it divine providence, others called it Allah's bidding. President Bush, your Sheikh is dead, a commentator wrote in the Arab language blogosphere, where reactions and editorials escape Arab government censorship.
I am real. I'm not a ghost. And to the terrorists I say that I will be in Anbar in 5 days. And if they want to see me, I am ready for them.
Sheikh Abdul Sattar Abu Risha was killed by a roadside bomb planted near his home in Ramadi, the capital of Al-Anbar province, which General Petraeus had described as pacified. Abu Risha was the leader of the Anbar Salvation Council, renamed Anbar Awakening, an alliance of about 200 Sunni sheikhs drawn mostly from the Dulaimi tribe and dozens of sub-clans who were fighting against Al-Qaeda in the land of the two rivers. While the US media focused on Bush's speech, the surge, and prospects of bringing the troops home, the assassination of Abu Risha was the subject of debate on most Arab satellite channels, where several commentators reiterated how Bush's speech would have been different if the assassination had not occurred. Some even went on to say that Bush's success story, planned to air at the start of the holy month of Ramadan, was killed by the killing of Abu Risha.
One of the brave tribal sheikhs who helped lead the revolt against al-Qaeda was murdered. In response, a fellow Sunni leader declared, "We are determined to strike back and continue our work." And as they do, they can count on the continued support of the United States.
Was this a case of Al-Qaeda saying, "Don't mess with us"? Consider the chain of events of the past few days. Bush visits Al-Assad military airbase in Anbar to show that his surge is working. He personally meets Abu Risha. Osama bin Laden releases his first video in almost 3 years, providing he's alive and kicking. Petraeus and US Ambassador in Iraq Ryan Crocker make their presentation to Congress, assuring the US and the world that the surge is a success. Bin Laden releases his second tape in 4 days, praising one of the September 11, 2001 martyrs. Bush plans to announce to the nation what Petraeus is recommending to Congress, not a drawdown, but the actual extension of the surge until next summer. Abu Risha, the man Petraeus relied on as evidence of the surge's success, is killed in Al-Anbar. Could other groups have killed the Sheikh? Certainly. Although no Iraqi guerrilla or jihadist group claimed responsibility, Abu Risha may have been killed by one of the top Sunni Iraqi nationalist guerrilla groups for whom ending the occupation remains a top priority. But regardless of who killed the Sheikh, two things are certain. Currently, there are no secure areas in Iraq, and secondly, alliances made in Iraq are as unstable as the shifting sands of the Arabian desert. I'm Jamal Dajani for the Mosaic Intelligence Report. To learn more about this program or to share your thoughts, visit us at linktv.org/mosaic.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now!, here to ask you for support for Mosaic, world news from the Middle East. You know, in media news, a new study shows that corporate news coverage of the Iraq War has dropped sharply in the last 4 months. According to the Project for Excellence in Journalism, the Iraq War accounted for just 15% of news coverage, 19% of the network evening newscasts. We need more coverage of the Middle East, not less. We are talking right now about living in a time of war. And it is up to us in a democratic society to decide what to do about that. Mosaic provides information from the Middle East, from countries in the Middle East, from a Middle Eastern perspective. It is invaluable. And right now they need $200,000 to continue their work. to continue their coverage, to bring you their fall lineup of this essential program. The number to call to make your pledge is 866-485-8848. That's 866-485-8848. You can also pledge online at linktv.org. Please pledge as much as you can. Information is power. When you have information, you are empowered to do something about it. That's what Mosaic provides. Again, they're trying to raise $200,000. In order to do this, you can be a small or large part of that. Pledge 25, pledge 50, pledge 200, pledge 500. Mosaic needs you. If you've needed Mosaic for information, now they're asking you to help them reach their goal. That number again is 866-485-8848. That's 866-485-8848. Make your pledge, make it now. You can also pledge online at linktv.org. That number is the lifeline for Mosaic. 866-485-8848. Make the call that makes the difference. This is viewer-sponsored media. You are the engine of this program. Mosaic provides a unique perspective from many different countries in the Middle East. Please give your support to independent media. 866-485-8848. And thanks so much.
This program was brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only U.S. television network devoted to global and national news, with uncompromising documentaries and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.